Today, we're going to talk about something we've all felt, but maybe can't quite put our finger on. You know that invisible vibe a person gives off? Well, that's what we're diving into, the human aura. Seriously, think about it. You walk into a room, you see a total stranger, and you just get a feeling, right? Sometimes it's warm and inviting. Other times you might feel a little uneasy. You haven't said a word to each other, but it feels like you've already received some kind of message. So what is that? What's going on there? Well, that immediate unspoken sense you get about someone, that is exactly what people mean when they talk about the aura. It's like a silent broadcast of who a person is in that very moment. All right, so let's break this down a bit. What exactly is an aura when we're talking about it in just, our day-to-day lives? The word itself actually comes from the Greek for air or breath, which honestly is the perfect way to think about it. It's this unseen atmosphere, this energy that you can't see with your eyes, but you can absolutely feel. And it radiates not just from people, but from places too. And you experience this all the time, probably without even labeling it. You know that person who just radiates confidence? They have a strong aura. Or someone who's super calm and you just feel at ease around them? A peaceful aura. It works for places too. We've all walked into a room after an argument and felt that heavy energy, or felt that stressful vibe in a toxic office. That's the aura in action. Okay, so let's get into the really fascinating part. Everybody seems to experience this phenomenon, but it gets explained in two completely different ways. You've got the spiritual view, and then you've got the scientific view. So what's behind this feeling? Well, it really depends on who you ask. The spiritual belief is that we all have a literal, unseen energy field that's shaped by our thoughts, our feelings, our health, our entire inner world. Now, the scientific reason points to the very same experience, but says it's our brain doing something incredible. It's subconsciously picking up on dozens of tiny, non-verbal cues, things like body language, tone of voice, confidence, and micro-expressions, and putting it all together in a split second to give us that gut feeling. So let's explore that spiritual perspective a little more deeply. According to this belief system, auras actually have colors, and those colors are like a language, telling a story about a person's inner state. Now, just a quick heads up here, this is super important. The whole idea of aura colors is a spiritual belief. It is not something that has been scientifically proven. We're just looking at it as one way people have tried to interpret this energy we all feel. In this system, every color tells a different story. So you've got white or blue, which are often linked to things like purity, peace, and good communication. Then you have green and yellow, representing positive things like healing, balance, or confidence and creativity. Of course, you have more intense colors too. Red could be passion, but it could also be anger. Purple is often tied to wisdom and insight. And then a dark or black aura is thought to show things like fear, negativity, or a lot of stress. So here's the big question. Whether you believe it's an energy field or just a psychological impression, can you actually improve your aura? Can you change the vibe you give off? Well, the answer is a definite yes. Let's look at how. So how do you actually do it? Well, improving your aura is really all about improving your inner state and how you express it to the world. It starts with your thoughts. Positive thinking literally shapes the energy you put out. Next, cultivating calmness, maybe through meditation or prayer, creates that peaceful vibe. And a huge one is how you treat other people. Kindness and respect are incredibly powerful. And finally, just being mindful, paying attention to your own words and body language gives you control over the message you're sending out, consciously or not. When you boil it all down, it comes back to one simple truth. What's happening on the inside is what people feel on the outside. A good mind creates a good aura. So, how do we wrap all this up? We've got this spiritual idea of an energy field, and we've got the scientific explanation of psychological cues. What's the real takeaway here? In the end, it really doesn't matter what you call it. Spiritual energy, psychological presence, call it whatever you want. The result is exactly the same. A person with a strong, positive presence, a good aura, is someone that people are naturally drawn to. It's just a fundamental truth of how we connect with each other. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Based on your thoughts, your feelings, your actions right now, what is your aura saying about you today?